Okay, guys, something really special tonight. We've got the number one agent in the country. He's going to be here with us for about the next 10, maybe 15 minutes. If we're lucky, Josh Tesolin is joining us. It's a live show. Stay tuned. It's coming to you right now. Josh Tesolin, drum roll.
It's been a while, buddy.
I reckon it's been a couple of years since I've been on Novak News, and I've got to say that production setup, you've got it all now. Wow.
It's all here.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
And my God,
Too long.
what you have done in that amount of time. So for our locals in our area, JT, the superstar real estate agent in the country, and he knew it before everyone else knew it. He knew it when he walked into our office about 8 years ago. Said, "Can you just show us what you do? You've got a bit of time for me?" We're like, "Go for it, buddy." And back then, you had that focus. You haven't lost that focus. One hell of a driven man.
Seriously, Josh, like people, I mean, I have to say, this is the first time in the history of us doing Novak News that we've actually got like a fan club here.
Oh, God. Nice to see everyone.
Look,
I swear we do. Josh, how are you?
I'm good. It's a busy time of the year. It's hot out there. The market at the moment, just like any market, I think there's a lot of stock on. Dealing with, obviously, I've got a young baby now. He's one. Dealing with, an office of over 40 staff members, that always has its challenges. But good. I love listing and selling real estate just like you guys and helping people. So it's good to share what's happening and what's real in the market with you guys.
Oh, isn't this the truth? Seriously, like I was having a laugh. I actually put something on my socials the other day. One of the big news outlets 4 days ago reported the cooling market, and 4 days later they reported it's a hot market. I'm like, no wonder people are confused. All you got to do is speak to agents like yourself to find out what's really going on.
100%. It's confusing out there. Just like we were speaking off camera, if a property, you present it well, you price it sharply. I think the days of putting a price guide, 10 or 20% at the dream price above comparables and above market value, they're not selling in this market. And we're employed to sell property. We're employed to overservice the vendor and the buyer. We're employed to negotiate. We're employed to create competition. But at the end of the day, I think a lot of agents are struggling in this market because there's three opinions on price. There's the agent, there's the buyer, and then obviously there's the owner. The buyers are the ones that set the market. It just comes down to us driving it, marketing it, and negotiating the best sale price possible. But yeah, I think a lot of agents are struggling in this market because they're just not adjusting. They're just not accepting the prices from 6 months ago and not the prices of now.
It's true. It's so true. Josh, I want to start off by asking you a few questions. I mean, you are the number one agent in the country. It's phenomenal.
Yeah.
How old are you?
29. You know what? I used to always think to myself, being under 30, I'm so young. Now I'm closer to 30. I'm feeling old as.
You can't play the edge. Like, I'm really young as well. I'm doing.
Honestly, I used to do things to look older. I grew the beard. People in market appraisals. I shouldn't say this, but when I was probably 20 and I started to list and sell myself about almost 10 years ago, people would say, "How old are you?" And I'd be 20, and I'd be like, "I'm 24," and they'd believe it. And then I got in trouble once. One of my vendors added me on Facebook, and it was like, "Happy 21st birthday," and she messaged me and she's like, "I just sold with you. Why are you 21 when you said you were 24? Now it's the opposite. I'm going to have to tell people I'm 28 when I'm 30 next year. My God.
That's right. Exactly.
Ridiculous.
But, look, I want to know, and I think everyone wants to know, because we've all got the same resources. We've all got 24 hours in a day. We've got 2 arms, 2 legs, 1 brain. Like, how the hell do you do what you do? I want to know. Like, we all want to know.
Sorry. The secret sauce. I'm ready to drop it. It's just sacrifice. Genuinely. Like a lot of people, when they go out on the weekends or they go home at 5, and that's okay. Like it's all dependent on your goals. Like if you just want to do $500,000 and you break that down over a 10-month selling period, not including Jan and December, you got to write $50,000, and that would work out to be per week. You've got to be about 12.5 grand per week, and you'll make 500 grand at the end of the year. GCI, not after you split, tax, etc. My goals were always just to do superhuman numbers. I love money. I love helping people, and I like inspiring people as well. So how do I do it? I wake up at about 8 o'clock in the morning. I'm not a morning person still, even though my son. Yeah, wake up at 8, and that I'm struggling. Like my eyes are burning, my body feel, my face is tingling. I'm in a bad way at 8 o'clock. If you ever want to beat me in a listing, you'll beat me about 50% of the time at 8 o'clock to 9. I'll get you the other 50. And then when it hits about, so I'll do a lot of work on my phone. Everything's text-based. You guys are the same, 90% text. And then I basically just go into the office 7 days a week. People can think that's not a life. I love it. I'm in the office doing appointments every day. Like I'll never forget last week, I got a haircut. My barber came over at 8:30, and then he finished by 9, had a shower, got ready, and I was ready to go at like 9:15. And then I said to myself, I can either stay at home and, do nothing or go to work. I went to work, got there at about 9:35. And I never get there this early. A lady walked in, Chinese couple, and she goes, "Hi, Josh." And I said, "Hi, have we met before?" And she goes, "No, but I want to sell right now. If you come right now, I'll list my house with you." I was in and out in 20 minutes, listed it, hits the market for a January launch. So if I wasn't there at that time, I was not going to get that listing. It just so happened that I was there. So everything's just sacrifice. Like if an average person's working 8 hours a day and I'm doing 16 hours a day, I'm doing double what you are. I'm really living 600 days plus per year, and you're only doing 365. So it's just an hours thing. Like if you want to achieve a ridiculous goal, and my goals were always just to be better than myself. Last year, I did 6 million. My best Ray White year, I'm in that network, was 7.36. I did 8.96. I've already done 10.85 this year. And my goal is to do over 10 million settled next year. So it's just set a ridiculous goal, but you've got to have a ridiculous, relentless work ethic. That's all it is.
You do. And look, I can imagine that you are maximizing every single minute of every single day. I'll bet there's no like stopping for lunches in cafes. Am I right or wrong?
No, never. So one of my PAs, Haley, she knows to come in. She gives me like literally, I've got about 10 water bottles on my desk. She comes in every hour, every 2 hours, and asks if I want a juice or want something like that. And then I just have liquids during the day. No heavy meals at all.
No.
And yeah, no heavy meals. I can't eat during maybe a protein ball or a protein shake. My mum will get me because she works with me. No, I have no coffee breaks. I'm literally just bang, bang. I'm either dealing with a buyer, like Ben, my associate, signing a contract in the next room at the moment. Then I have to go to the owner's house and present the offer and close the deal. That's a tough one. We're about 40 grand away. In terms of, I've got a really good team too, just like anything. You guys have got associates and help, but it's still all because I've got associates and help. They still want to hear from me. They still want to see me. They still want to get the text from Josh. Because they're listing with the Tesla Group, and I'm the principal of it. So
how many, can I ask, how many listings do you carry? Like, how many listings are you carrying at the moment?
Oh, God. I sold a bit on the weekend, which was good. I needed to clear some stock. I reckon I've got active at the moment over 40 online, off market. Like if I show you briefly, like I've got 2 pages of stuff that are coming on the market in January. So I'll list about 60 for auction in January. That's going to be fun. I'm doing auctions from Wednesday to Sunday, those last 2 weekends. So yeah, it's John, mayhem.
With people listing with you, you've got competitors. There's people out there that have got good strategy, people out there that have got good knowledge. I find, and this is from the outside in, I think people are buying, when they're buying JT, and correct me if I'm wrong, they're buying this amazing energy, this unstoppable force, and I can't explain where it comes from. It's almost like it's a core. It's sort of it's right in there, and it doesn't matter. Put him in a cage, he'll rip your head off. It's going to happen whether you like it or not. And people love it, and people enjoy it. And this is from the outside in, for people that are watching that. If you've watched Josh as long as I've watched, and also I'm very educated in the business, I just can't and obviously I'm a trainer with my staff internally.
Yeah.
Where or what happened to you as a child? Like
What happened to you, man? Man, you've gone through some shit, let me tell you.
where did that core, where did that, that relentless pursuit, and I get why people listen with you. I understand they can't get that anywhere else. I get that. I just I admire that, and I think, where did that where did it come from?
Where did it come from? I'll tell you a few things. That's a good question. I don't get asked that much. I grew up in a very competitive household. Like my dad, who you've met many times, guys, my dad, Gino.
You've got very gorgeous parents. We love them. The best.
Beautiful people. But yeah, my dad was very competitive. Like we'd play soccer and he'd never let me win. And then like we'd go and kick, a rugby league ball through the goalpost, and he'd always have to get one up on me. Because we had an ice hockey table at my house, and he would not stop playing. He was like a 40-year-old guy, and I'm like a 10-year-old kid, until he beat me. And that just built resilience of just wanting to beat my dad. And we were like best mates growing up. So maybe it was that. I went through a lot, like as a kid. Like I grew up in the Sutherland Shire, and me being dark features and like Italian, Lebanese, and Awag all of a sudden. I grew up like a lot of the Australian community, which like some of them are still my best mates, but there was a lot like bullying and stuff. So I just learned to overcome objections that way. And my parents, like growing up, like they always worked 7 days. So I just learned that sort of 7-day work ethic as well. And then my parents had a really super successful business that was going really well. And then they got bought out by the franchise and then went to another business in a field they'd never done before, and then lost everything. So I sort of saw the highs and the lows of that. My sisters, like I grew up never really seeing my parents. Like my dad still has a delivery truck. I used to do deliveries with him just to see him and my mum on the weekends. We'd deliver mattresses and stuff. So yeah, I think sort of seeing my parents do really well, and then seeing my parents not do well, and seeing them working every day, and my dad being super competitive and coming from an area that, I wasn't the popular kid at all. I was the most hated kid at school, probably the most hated guy in this industry too. But look, at the end of the day, it all just builds a lot of character, and I think not a lot gets to me. Not a lot gets to me, ever.
Driven by fear?
No, never. No, I've never thought I'd fail. I've been one of those people where, and this might sound insane, but I'm always... No, I'll tell you what. I know, I'm just going to pop my phone in the charger here. I know that if I put 100% into something, like I remember there was a history teacher at school, and she was like, "Oh, Josh, you're coming last in history." And she goes, "This assignment, like we don't have big goals for you." And she goes, "I'll never forget it." And then she gave us like a workbook, and it would have been year 9 or something. And she's like, "Don't expect you to complete it." And they're like, in a week, or because she said I couldn't do it, I did the whole assignment, and I did everything in that week.
Do you guys know each other? This sounds like Mark Novak.
That's why we get along so well.
Well, that's why that's why
when someone 100%, when someone says you can't do something, like that's almost saying like, all right. And that's the worst thing. Like when competitors say, "Oh, Josh is not going to get the price for your house, and Josh has overquoted you, and Josh has done this," and then I'll go and get it, and it's like, well, I said I'd do it, I did. Next one. So I'm just super. Yeah, I love having an enemy.
And so on that, Josh, like, what do you do with the noise? Because with success does come. I mean, I don't know if haters is the right word. With obviously you have a massive following, and there's a massive fan club. I mean, people will often say, "Oh, Josh, what's he like?" Yeah. You are absolutely inspirational, but there is also a lot of noise. I mean, I know. So what? How do you deal with it, Josh?
Oh, you know what? I've got a very thick skin. Like I grew up with people like coming to my house, bricking my parents' cars. Like we woke up one day to a massive firebomb at the front door. Like I got suspended like 13, 14 times at school, at a Catholic school. I don't know how they kept taking me back. My mum kept on praying. But yeah, it was, I just got a really thick skin. I always have these 2 mantras. Number 1 is the best hotels in the world, the Crown, where, you guys live, the Star, like really, really expensive hotels still get disgruntled customers and bad reviews. And you look at like people in this industry, you'll never see someone doing better than you saying bad things. So I pride myself on, at the end of the day, people can have their opinions. They don't know me. No, anyone who's ever said, okay, I'll tell you something funny. I got a message on Facebook from another well-known agent sort of in my area and surrounds. He messaged me about a week ago, and he wrote me a message because I put up a post, what I wrote in my first year when I was a sales agent from 2017 to now, and just my growth, not to toot my own horn and say I'm great. It was more just to say, I've did what I said I'd do, improve my numbers and inspire people, and people not to doubt me or doubt anyone. Writes me a message, I swear to God, writes me a message, and he said, Josh, I'm just letting you know, you're the most arrogant person I know, and I hate you, and no wonder everyone hates you. And you know this guy, you're so arrogant. This bloke has never, ever sat down with me, never had a coffee, never had a conversation, doesn't know what I do for my staff, and doesn't know what I'm about. So for him to write it was 3 a.m. in the morning, like you're going to say, Liz. It says more about them than me. So 100%. I win. I'll tell you where I win, Liz. I win on the scoreboard every day.
That's it. And, I'm often saying the lion doesn't worry about the opinions of the sheep.
Exactly.
Like you cannot be worried about what everyone else is going to think about you. You are doing what you love. You're doing it inexcusably. You are getting phenomenal results out there, actually phenomenal results. And everyone is happy for you until you're doing better than them. That's often the case.
The newest rumor these days. It's so funny. The newest rumor, Josh Teslin's gone to prison. Gone to prison for what? He's got an ankle bracelet. Me and Lisa Jennison, we laugh every day and say, it's prison break. I've broken out. I'm going to list your house. What a joke, gone to prison. Ridiculous.
I have to say, it's one of those things where you do you. And man. If that pushes you and makes you happy to share with people what you've done in your career, and however they want to perceive it. Because I remember I wanted to buy a really nice car, and I think I was 20, 21, just met Lise, and it was like, this is not a good look. This is not a good look that a guy of 21 is driving a car like this around. Not a good look.
It was a 7 Series BMW. Who at that age drives a 7 Series?
21 years of age, I'm driving this monster. This car was 265,000 22 years ago.
Wow.
Right? And everyone was like, what's everyone going to say? How, clients aren't going to like you. And it just sat with me, and that's just what I wanted to do, because I was working like an absolute horse. I'm talking, there was no more hours in the day, and it was 7 days a week. I did 13 years of 7 days a week. And it was just that ethos. I thought, if that's the one thing that I can give to me, and that just keeps me going the next day and the next, what my point is from what I'm saying is, you can't take that away from a guy. Do you know what I mean?
No.
That if that's, and I think, look, when I'm 50, looking back at, should I have spent that much money on a car? Hell no. But you know what I mean? It's one of those things
but the
where
reality
you've got to do
is,
you.
But what is competition going to say? Someone said that to me the other day. They said, but Lisa, someone told me that you're not going to turn up at the open homes. I said, but what would you expect the competition to say? They're not going to say she's a great agent, you should go with her. Obviously,
without a doubt.
When I was selling lots and lots of apartments, which I still do, people would say, she doesn't do luxury properties. If I was going out to appraise a luxury home. Now it's, she does too many luxury homes. She won't be able to sell your, 1 and 2 bedroom apartment. What do you want them to say? They're going to
100%.
100%. Your achievements, they're off the charts. You should be bloody proud of them. You should.
I agree. And I was inspired by a lot of people. I want to try and be not the guy, but someone who, I had a call from a young guy today. He goes, I work at another Ray White in Melbourne. He goes, when do you think I'm ready to be an agent? These are my numbers. These are my database. These are my figures. Can you be honest? Because everyone's saying I'm ready now. He had a database of 100 people, and he goes, I've never sold a house. I don't know how to list a house, but they're pushing me to be an agent. I said, respectfully, I was an associate for 3.5 years myself. I became an agent when I was in my early 20s. I said, and I had a database of 3,000 people. I said, respectfully, my man, I don't think you're ready. And he goes, that's what I needed to hear. He goes, what would you do? And I spoke to him for 5 minutes. He really thanked me. But at the end of the day, as we say,
day, Josh, in your busy day. Like that right there speaks volumes about the sort of person that you are. And just on that,
100.
there's what is that, like, one simple piece of advice, if there is one, that you can give to the young guys and girls that are starting out? Because sometimes you look at an agent like you, or you look at a top 1% agent in the country, and you think, well, that's good for you. Like, I'm not that. I'm just starting out. Like, what advice would you give?
In real estate, the biggest thing is just rejection. Like, you just got to embrace when you're door knocking all day and it's hot. And I've got associates that are 19 years of age, and I'm looking at to my right now. They'll work on the doors from 9 till 7, and they'll meet 3 people, and that rejection of, I achieved nothing today. But you didn't fail, you tried. So I've always had the mentality that in real estate, if you can just embrace rejection, and I saw a beautiful like Instagram reel probably a month ago, and it was this army veteran, and he hated being in the army. He hated the training, hated being in the mud. He hated it mentally, like his body couldn't keep up. And what he said to himself before bed every night is, I'm going to quit tomorrow. And then tomorrow would come, and then he'd say, I'm going to quit tomorrow. And every day he'd say, I'm going to quit tomorrow. I'm not going to quit today. I owe it to myself to quit tomorrow. But there's never, like, tomorrow, he's always going to quit the next day, which means he never stops. And I've always had that mantra, like, and I tell my boys as well, like, if you think you're going to quit, don't quit today. Like, if you feel shit today, don't quit today. Why don't you quit tomorrow if you feel the same? And then the next day comes and you feel better and you go, you know what, I'll quit the next day. So I don't quit. I just really embrace rejection. I lose listings. I lost 3 or 4 listings today even. I made my callbacks from listings that I didn't sign. They go, Josh, your fees are just exorbitant, mate. 3.025% and a $6,000 marketing campaign. Like, we can't afford that. And I said, respectfully, that's my fee. Your price is not negotiable. Neither's mine. This is what I offer. If you feel it's suited to someone else, genuinely all the best. And if it doesn't work out, give me a bell. So I think a lot of agents get that wrong as well. Like,
Josh, and that's such a great message right there. Like, to do that respectfully.
Yeah.
The agents, like, I actually had just sold a property for the most beautiful lady. She had just lost her husband, and the agent, when she said, look, I ended up signing it and selling it, but she had another agent on it before me. And then when she said, look, I'm going to go with Lisa Novak, she got so verbally abused by this agent. She just lost her husband. Like, I was like, sorry, who are these people? Do it respectfully. Do it professionally. And do it
always, 100%, I've always said to myself, if someone is not going to go with me, it's not personal. Like, it's not a personal attack that they hate Josh and I'm the worst person. They just felt that the fit, my energy and enthusiasm and ridiculousness and out there extroverted personality is not for everyone. But I just wish them all the best. There's enough out there. I know I'm going to win more than I lose. And at the end of the day, wish them all the best, because guess what? Not every listing is going to sell with the first agent. And I want to be the second one if it comes.
Yeah. Sorry, I don't know what's happened to our screen, but we'll just keep pushing forward. We're just fixing it while we're on here. Josh, we've got lots and lots of comments coming through.
Cool.
I also just want to ask a couple of other things. Like, what do you do to just relax? Like, what do you do to relax?
I'm relaxing right now, funny enough. Like, I got a big appraisal in probably 15 minutes that should list. Beautiful house. But this is relaxing, talking to friends and, chatting about real estate. It's my passion and what I do, and I'm absolutely obsessed with it. I do enjoy nice restaurants, like we've been to a few together. And at the end of the day, I really I like good food. I like good company. I love seeing my family. I think that's nice and relaxing, like when you get to go home and pick up your boy for a little bit and have fun. But yeah, like, relaxing for me, I don't want to totally relax and unwind, because I'm just a very energetic energizer person, bunny off the walls all the time. That's just my personality. Maybe I've got something wrong with me. I don't know. But yeah, I really just enjoy real estate, and relaxing is not on a beach for me. Relaxing is sitting back in the nice aircon, having a water, chatting to you guys, and then I get to be Josh Teslin, the real estate agent, bang, in 15 minutes.
Yeah. Sorry, we're just having a bit of tech issues here, but we'll just keep going.
We're good.
They all want to see you anyway, Josh.
Let's have a look at comments, guys.
They don't ever want to see us.
Comments while we've got you here.
Okay, so we've got lots of comments. Afternoon, guys. We've got Sopha's online. Let's talk
Sophie.
about let's
Sophie's
talk
here.
about your
She is.
beautiful.
Look at her.
Let's talk about your gorgeous wife for a moment, because you know when I was working in the background of our business and Mark was working 7 days, you know, there is an enormous amount of sacrifice that comes as well from your partner, enormous amount, because you know you're not there all the time. You guys have just had a most adorable little boy. He's such I'm in love with him. But, you know, there's a huge amount of sacrifice there as well. Tell us a little bit about your beautiful wife and what part she plays in all of this.
Very similar to you and Mark, Lise. It's you want to have someone just to talk to, not during just the good moments, but the really down moments. Someone who's just got your back, not going to judge you, someone who answers the phone, you can have a giggle, and someone that forms a solution when we can't find the solution because maybe we're too hot-headed or too in the moment and not thinking quite clearly, or we're thinking emotionally. So, yeah, you know, when you're lucky enough to find your partner who's that person who's there for you and has got your back till the end and will never judge you or turn on you, you know, it's a comforting feeling that, you know, you've got someone to come home to. And when you have kids, obviously someone who's going to look after your kids and, you know, look after the house itself. And, you know, what we do is selfish to a degree, like, you know, working all the time and, you know, not taking breaks and not taking holidays. You know, it's selfish to a degree, but, you know, we got a goal at the end of this that we don't want to work forever.
Sorry, we're just trying to get back on air again. Somehow we're making this work. We've just got a bit of feedback there, guys. Sorry. I just turned down that volume. What's next? Can you hear us?
Yep. Can you hear me? Can you guys hear me? I can hear you guys perfect. Hey, there we are. We're going to unmute.
Unmute, guys.
There we go. We're on. We're back.
We're on. We're back. Okay, Josh, what's next for Josh Tesselin?
What's next for Josh Tesselin? On a professional level, I broke the record for Ray White, 8.96. I'm going to do 10 million. That's by the financial year, June 30, settled 10 million net, not gross. What's next for Josh Tesselin? Building a sales team of people that are young, hungry, energetic, and I love seeing people go from $0 to $1 million. Alex Salama, he reached $1 million about a week ago. I bought him a nice Rolex today. He was so happy, and that made me so happy. What's next for Josh Tesselin?
Seriously, when you have watched your guys and girls come up through the ranks, it's honestly just the best feeling ever.
It makes you genuinely like you. I feel like I made a difference. I didn't do it. I didn't do the hours. I do my own hours, but I've sprinkled something on them that's given them some sort of, you know, dust to do better, which makes me feel really good. So improve that. Keep bringing agents through. Continue listing and selling houses better than anyone. My database is getting better. I don't want to slow down at all. And proving people wrong. Not that they matter, but they motivate me. I love a hater. I love an enemy. And at the end of the day, when someone says something negative to me, I have something when I don't feel good. And what they don't realize, I'm building all these like calluses in my mind where I don't feel good and I'm tired and I haven't had lunch and I don't want to go to this appraisal. I think about what that person said to me on Facebook and I think about what that person, you know, said. And I think, nah, fuck you, man. I'm going to get this listing. And I get it.
Do you know why?
That's my mentality.
Oh, we have a huge audience here in the back.
Do you know why that works? Because you're doing the right thing.
Definitely.
Because you're doing the right thing. Because you're doing a good thing.
And
I think that, you know, and that keeps self-propelling itself further and further and better and stronger because you're doing the right thing.
So
I agree.
Let me tell you, Josh, what people may not know about Josh Tesselin, because we know you on a personal level. And often people see all the rah and the, you know, all the success and everything. At the end of the day, you are just a great down-to-earth guy from a really good family who's got the most divine wife. Like, this is the part that a lot of people don't see. They see you at ARIC. Sorry, I'm trying to lean right over. Vince, can you move the camera that way a little bit? We're having some tech issues here. You know, they don't see a lot of that. They don't see the just down to earth, really nice, really caring. You know, I think a lot of people can get confused when they see all the success. They see the results. They see that how driven you are. They see how loud you are on your social media. You know, that's what they may not know about you, is that you are just a caring guy. You are such a down-to-earth guy from a beautiful family. And, you know, the success, it couldn't happen to a nicer guy.
Thanks, Lisa. I want to give a shout out too. I just saw Lisa Jemison say my fave for the couple of love hearts. We're family with Lisa, all of us on this recording. We love you. We love you, Greg. You guys are everything to us. So thank you for everything you do for all of us.
100%. I mean, obviously Lisa and Greg are great friends of ours as well. We've done business together for a very, very long time. But, you know, that's what you need. You need just great people around you. You don't need hundreds and hundreds of friends. You just need a handful of really good friends. I remember my mum used to say that to me when, you know, when I was younger, and I was like, what do you mean? And as you get older, you realise that you just need a handful of great friends around you, a good support network, and good wives like you boys have got.
Absolutely. Amen to that.
Josh.
Good on you, buddy. We don't want to take up too much more of your time. Everyone, thank you very much for watching tonight. We hope you know you've been. This time's worth a lot of money in Josh's world. Your hour, and we appreciate that you're taking that time to help people out. That's purely when we can't help you list or sell any more in your core area. You are genuinely helping people out there in our community. Of watchers and viewers, and across Australia as well for people that are watching. So that's a gentleman.
And thank you to everyone. We have got, I can't tell you, this is the most comments we've ever had. I can't tell you how many comments are coming through, guys. Thank you so much. I wish we could read all of them out. Josh has got to get to a listing presentation.
I do.
Property up. Lots of love to you, Josh. Thank you for your time. You're
love you guys.
Star.
I'll see you at the Christmas party. Love yous.
Yeah, we're going to see you in a couple of weeks. See ya.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Ciao.